Hey guys, welcome to Telling the Told and Untold. My name is Tshego. As you can tell by the title of today's video, I'll be talking about the disappearance of Amahle Thabethe. In 2019, Amahle was 8 years old and lived in Tsakani with her mother, Nokulunga Nkosi. Amahle was doing grade 3 at the time, and this upcoming Feb she should be going to grade 5, but unfortunately Amahle has still not been found. Tsakani is a township located in the municipality of Ekurhuleni in Gauteng. The area is home to approximately 140,000 people. On Saturday, the 6th of April 2019, everything just seemed normal. It was an ordinary day. I should note that if you go and search this case or search for the exact date that Amahle disappeared, the first date that will show up is the 12th of April and not the 6th. So I just want to clear that up in case you want to go do like your own research, or like you just go to the sources that I've linked down below in the description box. Amahle and a large group of friends were playing outside between houses when at around 1 p.m. a man approached them. The kids seemed like very wary of this man. They don't know who he was, and he just went up to one of the girls and asked if like she could help him with some directions to the local shop, and she just kind of like said no and refused. And thereafter he shifted his attention to Amahle and asked her, and she agreed. Amahle is also described as someone who's very shy and doesn't easily like talk to strangers, so it is believed that maybe this man did like, you know, have a non-threatening look or just like something like that. After that, Amahle and this man started walking down the street, and the friends that Amahle were with just like started following them, and this man just told them that it was okay, there's no need for them to come along with him because he's with Amahle, she will direct him, and that they should just like go back to where they were and continue playing. The kids did that, and they just watched Amahle and this man disappear as they turned by the corner. A little while later, Amahle's mom went outside to go call her, and she noticed the kids were like all there playing, but she couldn't see Amahle. So she asked them like where she was or where she went, and the kids told her that she had disappeared by the corner with this man and just told her the story about what happened. This would be the beginning of Nokulunga's nightmare. The kids had just assumed that after Amahle showed the man where the shop is, she decided to like just go home instead of going back to go play with them, but this wasn't the case. The kids described this man as being young, wearing a beanie, a white shirt, black shorts, and having a scar on his face. After this, Amahle's mom went home and she gathered like a few family members and family friends, and they just searched like the nearby area, the local shop, trying to see if they could locate Amahle or this strange man, but unfortunately they found nothing. During the initial chaos of the search of Amahle, Nokulunga heard that this man resembled an identikit that had been going around social media. So she like got a picture of this identikit and went to the kids and asked if this was like the same man that they had seen Amahle go with, and the kids said yes. Police were called and a missing person report was filed instead of a kidnapping or like an abduction case, and the police are still criticized to this day for having done that, but police officers say this is because Amahle was said to have like walked with this man like willingly, and it's not like she was like grabbed or was like fighting or screaming. And people are just really upset about this because a missing persons case and someone who has been kidnapped or abducted have like different resources, and just like the investigation won't be the same. So they believe that this kind of like hindered the progress of finding Amahle like sooner, or like the investigation having like would have been able to yield more information if they had looked at it as a kidnapping or an abduction rather than just a missing person rather. The Socialist Revolutionary Workers' Party were not impressed with the police, and on the 9th of April they decided to have their own search party for Amahle with community members. This search yielded nothing. A suspect had been identified in the community, and they just felt as though police officers weren't taking them seriously or weren't moving fast enough. So the Socialist Revolutionary Workers Party just decided to take things, or like just take matters into their own hands, and they went for this man, got him, and took him to like the police station so that police officers could like do their job, so that they could like question him and just do the things that they were supposed to do, that the community thought that they should be doing, instead of like not moving fast enough just because they thought it was a missing persons case and not an abduction or kidnapping. And Amahle's family said that police officers told them that they would tell them if they decided to release this man. However, they didn't. They released this man on the 12th of April because they said that there was no information connecting him to Amahle, and this is even after someone came to them and told them that they had seen this man on the day that Amahle disappeared in the same area. On the 16th of April, an awareness march was held for the safe return of Amahle. In the days following Amahle's disappearance, pieces of information which either proved to be false or like just incorrect surfaced all over social media. The first one was on a WhatsApp group, and it just said that a group of 10 girls around age 7 to 8 were like found by a nearby power station, and that they had been like kidnapped but had been returned, and just urged like parents to go there to go see like if they had like missing children, to go like find their children. This proved to be false. The second thing was said on Twitter, and this person said that Amahle had been taken at gunpoint, and after this there was a shootout between the suspect and the police officers, and the suspect got away. This has never been confirmed by any credible news sources. The third thing is that a woman said that she had seen Amahle in a car with 2 adult males. She says that this car was in Boksburg, which is about 30 kilometers away from Tsakane. And after this, Amahle's aunt, Amahle Thabethe, just told this woman to go to police officers and just give them this information and just hope that maybe they could do something with it and look into it further. The family then hired their own private investigator, and one of the first things that he said was that like the kids describing this man and identifying him as like the same man from the identikit could be argued, and this is just because they were kids, and even though Amahle said that like they described the man before she showed them the identikit, people could still say that this was false, and maybe the kids saw the identikit first and then like use that description for the man that took Amahle, because the person that the kids say they saw was an exact match to the identikit, so it was just a problem really. So the man in this identikit was in his mid-20s. He has caramel colored complexion. He's drawn wearing a beanie and has a scar on his face. This man is wanted in connection with 58 rapes, and it's said that like he'll pose as a figure of authority just to gain women's trust and then assault them. Women between the ages of 12 to 20, or kids and women between the ages of 12 to 20, reported that this man had sexually assaulted them, and it said that this man operated in townships in the East Rand, including Tsakane, Duduza, Putfontein, Etwatwa, and Crystal Park. It's also believed that he stalked some of his victims, and one source claimed that there was DNA evidence. If all the cases attributed to this man are in fact connected, he would be one of the most prolific serial rapists in South African history. A 50,000 Rand reward has been issued for information leading to the arrest and successful conviction of the suspect. The suspect has used several ways of gaining access to his victims. One of the ways was that he went to the woman's house and acted as though he was from the municipality and that he was there to install a solar geyser. The second thing is that he acted like a security guard and saw these school kids like crossing the railway, which was illegal, so he went up to them and thereafter forced them to perform sexual acts on each other and then raped some of them. Nokulunga Ngosi, Amahle's mother, believes that she is still alive and says that she dreams of her often. She feels as though that she has let her down.
I have that hope that she's still alive wherever she is, because if she's dead, I would have found her by now.
One of their neighbors, their unofficial spokesperson, also believes that Amahle is still alive, and she says this is because in 2018, in May, a girl in similar age to Amahle had also been kidnapped, and her body was later found. Police officers also agree with this theory, and they say that in their area, if children are kidnapped or abducted to be murdered, their bodies are usually found, and in this case, Amahle's body has not been found, so they do believe that she is still alive. Amahle's mother says that she's unimpressed with the recent efforts by police officers. She says that in the beginning they were very helpful and forthcoming and were putting in a lot of effort, and as time went on it just seemed as though they didn't care much, or just didn't care to share any new information that they had about Amahle's case. It has almost been 2 years since Amahle Thabethe's disappearance. Amahle was last seen wearing blue jeans inscribed with hearts on the right side, a white long-sleeve t-shirt with black stripes on the front. She is medium height, has brown eyes and black hair. If you have any information, please contact the SAPS Crime Stop number, which I'll put here, or you can give a tip-off on the MySAPS app. I'll put the link down in the description if you'd like to get that app. And that is it for today's case. If you guys have any comments, please leave them down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.